Did you play Spider-Man 2? Did you like it? Did you think it's better than the first one? I sure didn't. I enjoyed the game from the gameplay part of it. I don't think the story is as good as one. I know some people say it is better, but I disagree. There is a lot of little stupid shit in this game that I really hate. I feel like the web slinging is not as good as the first game, and the reason why I say that is they added this new gliding mechanic, which I totally think because they added this new mechanic in, they slowed down the web slinging so you would only use this web gliding mechanic for traversal. It's fun. I don't mind it, but I'm playing as the one they call the web slinger, and I'm not doing a lot of web slinging because the gliding mechanic is just so much better and easier for getting around. I feel like the movement through the buildings is not as good. Now, there is a skill that makes it better, and you do have to waste a lot of your stuff that you go collect on traversal to make it better. But I have it as max speed and everything, and it still feels slow and choppy, and I don't like the web slinging in this game. It's not as good as the first game. Even in combat, the web slinging feels worse, and I know some people agree with me. I did buy this game because Fear the Beardo was having so much fun and he got to have Venom, and I wasn't going to buy this game because, as you can see from my shirt, I love Venom, but this is Harry as Venom. It's not Eddie Brock, and it's involved in the story. Don't like Harry as Venom. I hate it. I truly hate it. But that being said, playing as Venom is the best part of this game, and it was so much fun that it was worth it. But the game's only 30 hours tops to complete on the hardest difficulty. If it takes you longer than 30 hours, you probably just die a lot. That's probably all it is. The bots show up really easy. They're really easy to find. Those are the hardest things to find in the game. The symbiote nests are probably the most difficult out of the three, the hideouts and whatever. They tease a big character. I don't know if it's going to be in the DLC or it's going to be in the next game. But due to the ending, I have no urge to play the next game at all. So whatever, who cares? I don't care. Like, playing this, if it keeps downgrading game by game, then I don't really care. I understand people are like, oh, this is definitely game of the year. If this wins game of the year, I'm going to like lose my mind. This game does not deserve it. If Spider-Man 1 came out the same year as this, I think it would destroy it and get in game of the year. Absolutely destroy it. There's so many little stuff in this that's so annoying. Your characters are fucking stupid. All right, you have Miles calling his mom while he's dressed as Spider-Man while there's people on the train behind him. You're telling me someone hasn't figured out who Miles is yet? Miles tells everybody he's Spider-Man, basically, and his friends know, and then they all know Peter's Spider-Man, which is really stupid because Miles is telling people, hey, look, Peter is the other Spider-Man. And then his last suit looks cool until you get to the head. He's showing off his haircut. Why are you showing off your haircut? People already see you with your mom and Genki a lot throughout the town. Now they're going to see your haircut and they're going to be like, oh, look, it's Miles. And then you have Mary Jane, whose missions are slightly better in this game than last game because you don't have to rely on Peter to save you in most of the side quests. But it's just, they're pointless, right? There's no point of playing Mary Jane. There's no point of playing the deaf girl. Like, that mission was a waste of time, stupid. And then any of the Brooklyn Vision quests were dumb and a waste of time, not needed. That is also the characters being stupid because he's doing all the Brooklyn Vision quests, which obviously he's going to go there. Kid with that hairstyle, clearly he hangs around Brooklyn Visions all the time. You're going to figure it out. It's just stupid. Back to Mary Jane. She comes in clutch at the end of the game. For some reason, she's there at the end of the game. It doesn't make sense to me why she's even there, but she's there. And at the end of the game, there's Norman, right? And I'm not going to spoil what goes on, but Mary Jane is next to Spider-Man, and Norman can't figure out who Spider-Man is by that. Okay, dumb. There's so many stupid things that the characters do. While they're fighting, they're yelling out Peter and Miles. You're fighting villains. You don't kill any of the villains. Now they know Spider-Man are Peter and Miles. There's so much stupid shit in this game that annoys the fuck out of me. But there is a good thing in this game. The fighting is so much fun. But I want to do this. I'm going to show you this. We're here. We have, you can see the movement, right? We have the skill trees. You don't use like any of this once you have the symbiote. Why? Because all the symbiote moves are better. If you use the symbiote surge and you're using these, then you get these, but they're on cooldown, so you can't even fucking use them. And then when you're using your abilities, right? You have this, and you have 3 of them. You can't use them. You can only use 1. And I don't like how this is connected to L1 because L1 is parry. If you're attacking while pressing L1, it will do that ability. It will waste that ability. So I'm attacking, and then I'm letting go to time the parry. If it's still registering the punch, a lot of times it won't parry, and it will do the ability. I don't think the gadgets are as good as they were in the last game. I don't know. Spider-Man 1 is better than Spider-Man 2. This is not Game of the Year. If it is Game of the Year, I'm shocked because Baldur's Gate is better. Sea of Stars is better. Fucking hell, even Fire Emblem Engaged was better. Life of P looks better. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which was better than this game. There's so many other more deserving games of the year. Will it be nominated? Yeah. Should it win? No. If it wins, I'm going to lose my mind. I really want to talk about Kraven. Kraven is the hunter. Kraven the Hunter. Sergei Kravenov. Kraven the Hunter. He's not a hunter in this. He makes all his minions do all the hunting, and then he just kills. They fucking decimate his character by giving him minions and him not actually hunting them down. He just waits till they capture him, put him in a cage, and then he kills them. He fights them and kills them because he's looking for an honorable death. But he's not doing the hunting. He's not Kraven. I don't like what they do to Kraven. I hate it. These characters are not the characters. They're just random characters with the same names. Miles feels like a fucking stereotype. Funny enough, they put the Cuban flag in his house somewhere when he's Puerto Rican. They're so obsessed with him being black and Puerto Rican that they gave him the Cuban flag. So you should always double check before you go to pander. Just fucking stupid. So Miles feels like a stereotype. Peter feels like a dumb version of Peter. The voice acting is terrific. I really like the voice acting. Characters are fucking dumb. They're all stupid. Everybody should know who they are because Miles 1 tells everybody they're calling random civilians after they help them. Okay, no one's going to know that number. Whatever. I like this game. Let me say I like this game. But there's so much stupid shit in this game. I went on a long ass fucking rant about this game. How they're constantly giving away their like secret identities. Like no one can figure it out. I mean, Peter's holding hands with Mary Jane in front of people. You're not going to know, oh, that's Mary Jane Watson. She's dating Peter Parker. She's holding hands with Spider-Man. She's either cheating on Peter with Spider-Man or that's Spider-Man. How do you not figure it out? Like, are you stupid? Because a lot of these characters that can't figure it out have like a high IQ, like a really high IQ, and they're like, oh, I can't put 2 and 2 together. The characters in this game fucking make me rage. The story is good. It's basically about the downfall of Peter from the symbiote, and it just feels like they're setting up Peter leaving and Miles taking over. That's what this whole story feels like. So the people that say, oh, it's just going to become Miles because they want Miles to replace Peter, that's what the whole game feels like. It really does. So that being said, if you ask me, I grade on a F through A, basically like your grades in school. I say it's a C+, a 6.2 if I'm doing things. Maybe. So the gameplay alone is a 9, right? Like a 9.4. Because the gameplay is really good. The story is like a 7.4. Characters, I'm giving the characters a 3. Fucking characters suck. Is there enough to the game? Do you have enough gameplay to keep you occupied? There's no new game plus. So after platinum in this game, I have nothing to do. Like a 5.4 stuff to do. That's 4 subjects that we have this game based on. Is it fun? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'll give it a 9.2 there. So that's 5 subjects. Then we divide it by 5. Based on my score, and when I add it all together and average it out, so the game's mid. I think the game's mid. Let's just put it that way. The game is mid. Doesn't deserve game of the year. Oh, I don't like the graphics. I think the old faces are a lot better. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this game. Fuck it. It's mid. If it gave me New Game Plus, I would definitely rate this game higher. But there's no New Game Plus, and I'm done with everything. There's nothing for me to do. There's no reason for me to ever come back to this game. Maybe I'll come back to it when I get the DLC. If I get the DLC, there's no reason to buy the digital deluxe version because it just makes the game easier. If you need the game to be easier, get the digital deluxe version. There you go. All right, goodbye. See you next time.